Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall. Excuse me. I'm here today to weapon tap on your head with morning routines. I just realized I was in the kitchen about to make my breakfast, so that's why I went live with y'all. But I realized I didn't take my morning meds, and this is something black men that we got to work on. Well, I actually took my blood pressure meds, but this is something black men that we need to work on. Why is it something that we need to work on? Because little stuff like this is stuff that ends up killing us, not being in a routine, right? Men in general, like I said, this is a man's channel, right? So this channel, even though I talk about finance, I'm going to change my content. Like I said, a lot of stuff is going to be kept behind a paywall, just to be fair to my clients who actually pay me. But a lot of it, realistically, I'm still going to give away the information because the information is not what's important. It's knowing what to do with the information and how to implement that information that's important. So, to my paying clients, you have nothing to worry about. We can give these secrets away, and people will still not know what to do with it because the agents who are licensed don't know what they're doing, right? But anyway, I got to take two more pills. In my ginormous Aquaman cup, right? And what I'm going to be doing this morning, making some simple eggs and cheese before I go on my morning walk, my morning wake and bake, right? So simple eggs and cheese, just a small protein to do what? Break your fast. Now, to be honest, break fast, you can eat anything. You just a strawberry something. It's literally to break the fast. However, I'm looking at things and I'm looking at health, and Americans, we do things really backwards. Why would we eat our biggest meal at night, right? Why would we eat dinner at night when we need the least energy and in a few hours we're gonna wind down? So in a few hours when we're winding down, we're gonna need more energy used to digest. That doesn't make sense. We need more energy to sleep. You should be eating the dinner type meal at breakfast, right? First thing in the morning, I want a steak and some lobster and all because I need energy to actually do things throughout the day. But sales and marketing has beaten us in the head so much so that we're like, gotta have eggs and cheese in the morning. Eggs and cheese and grits is probably something you should have at night when you're about to lay it down, right? When you're winding down and your day is done. Not, you know, first thing in the morning. It's not going to give you the sufficient amount of protein, carbs, or carbohydrates and energy that you need to burn off to actually do anything. But at any rate, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. But as I said, ladies and gents, right, we're looking at a situation where my content is definitely evolving. It can't stay the same just because, even for the simple fact that a lot of men that are in these spaces have grown tired. Now, one thing that I would say about the Black Manosphere is it's a great place to go hone your skills. So, what do I mean by that? If you're not a grifter, if you're not an endless circle jerker, the Black Manosphere is a good place for you to start, right? What do I mean? Well, you go there and you get rid of your grievances. You go through your little red pill rage. There's going to be channels there that will always be there. But the idea of those channels in the space of the Black Manosphere, black men, we got to use it for what it's meant to be used for. Just like your boy Kevin Samuels. He came in, Manosphere, Manosphere, Manosphere. Soon as he got big deuces, I just used y'all to hone my skills. So now that my skills are honed, I can go mainstream. Is that not what Kevin Samuels did? He didn't jack the manosphere once he left, but the reason for the black manosphere was it's a training ground for black men. He needed to know, hey, listen, I can put together a show that's entertaining and I can carry an audience. Once he found that out, the black manosphere had done its purpose. It's a training ground for black men, right? So, no, is it always going to be, dudes crying over Keisha? You're always going to have it. Hey, babe. Why is the cat on the table? Because he jumped on there and I didn't see him jump up. Oh, excuse me. He just meowed. He might be hungry. That is a possibility. Oh, wow. Okay. That's not funny.
Okay, all right. Yeah, he's hungry.
Yeah. Okay. That's why he was on the table. He's like, nigga, I'm trying to eat. With my food. It should be on there. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the Black Manosphere is a training ground for black men. And what I mean by a training ground is this is where you go cut your teeth to see, hey, listen, can I create content of merit? Right? And what I mean by that is, like I said, your boy Kevin Samuels came in and he used y'all. Let's just keep it 1,000. Right? He used a lot of y'all men. Right? And what did he use y'all for? The exact purpose that he needed to, which was, hey, listen, I'm here training my skills, my abilities, and once those skills and abilities are honed, I'm out. That's what he did. Now, if you don't think so, I want you to go back and rewatch some of his content. Watch how he grew, right? From the bullshit to where he was, where he died. He didn't want to speak to the women. That was actually very tiring. He was speaking to black men, but black men were an embarrassment and he wouldn't have grown. And he wouldn't have grown just focusing on black men. So he flipped the script and then he started looking at black women. And when he was looking at black women, remember, there's a specific type of guy that he was speaking about, right? When he talks about high value man, right? So when he asked the women, hey, lady, do you have your $2.4 million ready for retirement? Right? And she's like, no. Well, he was saying that, implying that the guys that you were looking for have their $2.4 million ready for retirement. The problem that I'm having is, as a licensed financial professional, I'm coming into these spaces where these black men are supposed to be making prudent financial decisions, and I hear grown men talking about, man, I had crypto back in the day. I sold it. Negro, are you really financially savvy and you're upset about crypto? Right? You're upset because you had crypto back in the day and you sold it. You don't know how investments work. You need to watch my series called Knowing the Right Questions and look at how capital gains actually work. Because if you would have held on to it and it's worth 12,000 today, that's cool. But somebody has to give you that 12,000, like they gave you the 600 initially for it. But see, we like to get caught up in that rigmarole bullshit, right? I did the same thing earlier on my Facebook because I'm growing tired of here on my YouTube, and I'm gonna post it here on YouTube too. Right? I have a video talking about how people are being foolhardy, paying $3,500 for a class for Wall Street Trapper. Oh, and wait today, because later today I'm gonna drop a video killing your options trader course teachers. So any options course, I'm gonna teach you how to get rich off options. Number one, unless you got $25,000 up front, you ain't trading options, and that's according to FINRA, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, right? Because those are the folks who dictate what you can and can't do when it comes to investments, and those are the folks who protect your happy ass from the scammer class givers. But so somebody had the nerve to be like, Wall Street Trapper did more, and having your license don't mean nothing. Wall Street Trapper did more for black folks than I did. Da, 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 da. So I says, okay. So you're willing to pay $3,500 for Wall Street Trapper's course, right? Because when you take Wall Street Trapper's course, he teaches you how to invest without needing to have your license. So I says, okay. So to invest in his course, that's $3,500, so that you don't need your license to invest, is $3,500. Let me go to Google. Let me go to one of the most expensive financial services schools in the world. It's $398 for the self-study package to get your Series 7 and 63. Meanwhile, this motherfucker is sitting here charging you $3,500, 10 times the amount it costs to get the self-study material, so that you could do it without the license. You know what he's doing? Because the broke clock is right twice a day. So when you get investment advice from your friends who don't know shit about investments, I want you to start looking at it like this. Those are the same people who are telling you about your fantasy squad. And what they're telling you is, hey, listen, pick up the LA Lakers defense and pick up LeBron James and pick up Karl Anthony Towns from the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then you do that and they score a bunch of points and your fantasy squad does well. And then you're going to turn around and be like, see, I spoke to my friend and my fantasy squad did well. Well, yeah, but they're not an analyst. So yeah, a broke clock can be right twice a day. That motherfucker can tell you to pick this squad and hey, they happen to do good. But across the entire basketball season, what do you think is gonna happen? Them motherfuckers ain't gonna be right as much as they're gonna be wrong. And then you're gonna be like, damn, this nigga don't know nothing about sports. I shouldn't have listened to him. Well, that's exactly what it's like listening to Wall Street Trapper. Is you're listening to a guy who don't know nothing, but he's going to tell you, listen, man, right now, the NFL, listen, you want to know who's going to the Super Bowl? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to bet right now the Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Well, right now, the Dallas Cowboys are what, 10-5. So there's a high possibility that they'll go to the Super Bowl. Now, let's say they get to the NFC Championship. And let's say they go to the Super Bowl, right? But your friend doesn't watch football. So let's say the Dallas Cowboys do all that and they end up in the Super Bowl. You're going to be happy. You're going to be like, yeah, see, my friend, he don't watch sports, but he knows what's going on. But you probably wouldn't take that person's advice, right? He'd be like, listen, man, I don't care what all the people, Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp and people who play the game and do this for a living tell you. I'm telling you right now that the Minnesota Vikings are going to the Super Bowl. You'd be like, sir, the Minnesota Vikings are not currently in the playoffs now. You don't know what you're talking about. Hey, listen, didn't I tell you last year the Dallas Cowboys was going to the Super Bowl? Yeah. Didn't they go to the Super Bowl? Yeah. So what makes you think I'm gonna be wrong this time? Because the Carolina Panthers record is 2-13. There's no mathematically possible way that they can get into the Super Bowl. Now, if you're a fan, and it's the beginning of the season, I can see that. But if you're talking about from a technical aspect, it's not going to work. So that's the same thing. That's exactly what motherfuckers sound like, talking about some Wall Street Trapper. To me, a licensed motherfucker. Right? That's what you sound like. Is a nigga telling me, hey, listen, one-on-one in a basketball game, you know, or one-on-one in a football game right now in my 40s, right now Randy Moss in his 40s, they're going to say, listen, we want y'all to line up on the football field. Randy Moss ain't played football in 10 years. But we want y'all to line up on the football field. And Alonzo, your job is to stop Randy Moss from catching a pass. You stop Randy Moss from catching one pass, we'll give you $50,000 cash. Guess what I'm not going to get? $50,000 cash. Because ain't no way in hell I'm going to stop an old, retired, not having played Randy Moss from scoring a touchdown or from completing a catch. You know why? Because that's not what I do for a living. So, because that's what he did for a living, even though he sat out, when he gets back on that football field, he's going to know how to run around. You know what I'm going to be? Time out. It's unfair. That's what you are leaving yourself up to. Is somebody who don't play football or I ain't got to put it toward football. Let's put it toward basketball. You listen to the Wall Street Trapper who don't have his license versus me who do have my license. That's like going right now at my 40 years of age and picking up Michael Jordan at his 56 years of age and saying, hey, Michael Jordan, me and you, one-on-one, basketball court. Now, I'm going to bust your ass, Michael Jordan, because I watched you growing up, and I got 16 years of youth on you. Even though you're a whole foot taller than me, and you actually played basketball. So we're going to get on the court. I'm going to try and break his ankle, steal the ball, dunk. All right, that's one, Jordan. That's one. That's one, Jordan. That's all right. Right? So now I'm going to try and pull up and jump a three, block the ball, steal the ball, dunk. Do you think that's not what's going to happen? But Jordan ain't played basketball in 20 years. Jordan hasn't played since 2003. Right? But because never was a professional, I will not compete with him. I will get on that basketball court. 16 years younger than Michael Jordan. Check up. Jordan, slow down. I can't catch my breath. That's exactly what Wall Street Trapper would look like trying to deal with me in my financial field. Now, is the license the end all be all? No, because people with their license end up screwing up in this business all the time. But it's just like people who get into the NBA who are bench riders, right? Let's look at one of the worst NBA players of history, Brian Scalabrine. But if you take a regular guy from off the street who's never played basketball, don't practice basketball, but wants to get back into shape. I want to get back into shape. While Brian Scalabrine, maybe he hasn't been practicing for NBA games, but he's been practicing to shoot around in the Y. You haven't been practicing at all, but you're ready to get back into shape. So, hey, one-on-one against the worst player in the NBA, or whoever currently the worst player in the NBA is. Never got on the court. He's a pine rider. All he does is sit on the bench. Right? You go play him one-on-one, he's going to bust your ass. We here, what up? Right? And why is that? Because that's what he does for a living. So, to diminish with people like Wall Street Trapper, it's kind of messed up. So, now that I finished my breakfast, I'm going to go to my computer and pull up the article that destroys those options traders. Nope. You know. And shit, I just had my breakfast. Took my medicine, all that. Right? In fact, let me see if I can send this article to my phone. I mean, not to my phone, to my to my computer. Mm, 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 mm. And then once I finish this article, uh, I'll hop off and go look for my tomfoolery. Mm. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me see. Where's the article? Mm, 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 mm. I might need to do my other phone. Let me grab my other phone. But yeah, y'all, there's a lot of stuff that we can, especially like I said, as black men, we can address. But shout out to She We here. I will be starting my next channel, which is going to be Husbands United. What did I do with my other cell phone? I had it here in my bedroom. Oh, here it is. And we'll be talking about topics, a lot of this dating, mating, and relationship stuff, but from the perspective of a married man, because what I'm finding is that you're getting all this uh bitter broke man baby butt bumble batter from a lot of these guys. And the reason why is because they're single and they're bitter and they're jealous. Oh, you got a fat girl. You want lotion or a fat girl? Right? Let me send this to my desktop. Okay, I can't seem to send it from my cell phone. Hold on. What a Snoop Dogg, 10 Habits, SEC Markets. Well, you know what? I guess I could just pull it up on my cell phone. I don't know why it's not showing. Let me share it. Share. We'll just share it via Gmail. Go to my StreamYard so I can hop on with y'all. All right, here we go. So now that I have this one pulled up, I'm going to share with y'all. Let me go put on a shirt. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. I'll be right back. Hey, loves my hood rats. They love them hood rats. All right. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, because today we're going to destroy those options trader courses with all that bullshit that they talk to you about. So this is something called, because if you want to trade options, you can actually do it yourself. This is something called CME Group, right? So they actually do a lot of trading and stuff, right? Except all cookies. So the latest across the equity index options complex. Trade quarterly, monthly, and weekly options expirations, including Monday through Friday expiries across the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and Russell 2000. Now, you guys hear me talk about those indexes all the time in life insurance. So why would you pay somebody for their trading course for them to tell you what actual professionals do? If I'm going to pay for the course, pay the actual professional who there's some recourse, right? It's just like if you was to go get your tire changed on your car. You're not going to go get your tire changed on your car from some random bum on the street. You're going to go to Town Fair Tire or Pep Boys so that if something goes wrong with that tire, you say, hey, Pep Boys, you screwed up my tire, fix it for free. So, the latest across the index options complex. So they're telling you the product group, S&P 500, right? NASDAQ 100 or the Russell 2000. But let's scroll to the bottom because I want to see. This isn't showing like the way that hold on, let me see if I can find it on my cell phone because it's not showing the way I had it on my cell phone. Yes. What? What? The water? Oh, yeah, I'm done in the kitchen. All right. So, here we go here. The CME Group equity index options on futures offer around-the-clock liquidity, market depth, and extensive product choice on the world's benchmark indices to suit a variety of trading strategies. Capitalize on potential margin offsets on futures and option strategies, advanced on-screen spreading capabilities, and the certainty of central clearing. So when John the Baptist tells you, hey, listen, pay me $10 bazillion for my options trading course, he's literally paying them for a subscription and then charging you ass loads of money to go, and he probably gives you a login to his subscription. So he has a $25,000 account and you don't. Now, why do I say that? Because there's around-the-clock liquidity, capital and operation efficiencies, right? But then you don't have to trade your money in this, right? So it'll tell you the latest across the options market, the block trades, weekly exit options, So the resources, yeah, this is different on desktop than on your cell phone. So they have the trading simulator. Let's see, where is that? Trading simulator. So they have a trading simulator where you can actually test drive, right? These are options block. You can access Bloomberg codes for equity index options, right? But these are them telling you know what's going on. Let's go to education here. Learn courses and lessons. Course catalog. Learn about futures and options market with a variety of courses designed to help you at each stage of your training journey. Whether you're brand new to the derivatives market or an experienced trader looking to sharpen your specific skills, our courses will help you deepen the knowledge, right? So let's look at download the course inventory. So you've got introduction to CME, introduction to FX futures, introduction to equity futures, introduction to interest rate futures of U.S. Treasury foundations, introduction to short-term interest rates, introduction to options, FX futures and options,
short-term rate interest futures and options, U.S. Treasury futures and options, equity index futures and options. All this stuff that your people aren't teaching you. Top of the morning, Mr. Prince Pierre, right? All of this stuff that you're not getting taught from your guy who you're paying $29.95 a month to for his class. All he's going to do is this. Hold on, let me go back. Oh man, you got to buy that E1 E5A. That's the stock for that's the play for today. We're trading the SPI QQQ BXW. We're charging the HXA index. That's the play, right? So these motherfuckers are just looking at some dumb shit and telling you whatever they need to. You can actually come here from people who are licensed and learn about it. Tools, right? So, tools, run scenarios, analyze the market, identify trends, and test drive strategies with our interactive online tools. So you have a pricing and strategy tools. You have an options calculator. You can generate theoretical prices and Greeks for FX options on futures. Strategy simulator. Run hypothetical underlying price scenarios, right? Analyze open interest on OI change patterns for each expiration. That's options investments. View large open interest holders changing positions per CFTC reports. Want a better understanding of options? Deepen your understanding of our products by taking the self-guided courses on options. So equity index markets. So you can come here instead of paying anybody. People we know from here. I'm not going to call them out, but people we know online. Join my class. Why the fuck should I join your class? Meanwhile, people, you know what also purchases options? Insurance companies. So even though your homeboy, hey, Fast Ronnie, is a whiz at trading, he can't trade at the scale that an insurance company can.
Equity index markets. When you think about trading the U.S. stock market, you might think of shares of big companies like Apple, ExxonMobil, or Disney. But did you know there's a different way to express your views and gain broad-based exposure to U.S. equities? The alternative is equity index futures. Equity index futures allow traders and investors to take a position on the aggregate performance of a group of stocks in a single transaction. The most popular U.S. indices, such as the S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial Average, and NASDAQ 100, all have futures available for you to trade. Are you bullish on the broad market but unsure which individual stock to buy? Consider buying an E-mini S&P futures contract instead. Bearish on tech but unsure which stock to short? You could just sell an E-mini NASDAQ 100 contract. You can also use them in tandem to make more complex trades. For instance, do you think tech is going lower and blue chips are going higher? Then sell the E-mini NASDAQ 100 and buy the mini Dow. But here's what makes it even better. Futures trade nearly 24 hours a day, both before and after the U.S. stock markets are open for trading. You can even trade equity index futures on Sunday nights. That means even if you can't watch the market during working hours, you still have the ability to trade. Futures are traded on margin. This creates leverage, which allows for margin efficiencies and can make it easier to manage your portfolio. It's also important to understand how to calculate the investment value or exposure of a futures contract. Futures use a multiplier, meaning that the market exposure of a futures contract is a certain multiple of the price you see on the screen, and the size of the multiplier varies with the contract. For example, the E-mini S&P 500 contract value is 50 times the traded price, while the NASDAQ is 20 times, and for the mini Dow, it's 5 times. So, how do you get started? Well, you've come to the right place. Start exploring the fast-growing and exciting world of futures today.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, as you can see here, and there's a boatload of more courses, and these are free 99, right? You don't have to join anybody's sign up, no Patreon, no Discord, no members for their YouTube. Look, You guys see my YouTube. I don't have any Facebook, no Discord, no courses, none of that. The only thing I do charge is a consult fee for you to sit down with me. And I think I've showed that it's worth not only the knowledge that I have, but the implementation of the knowledge, right? I got a lot of people who I speak to have said, oh, yeah, I watch all these financial people. Yeah, I come to you and I say, hey, what about the S&P 500 sector rotator? What? I never heard of that. Well, that's because all the people you watch don't have their license. That's like somebody who doesn't play basketball saying, yeah, I scored 10 points in 3 different statistical categories. You mean in triple-double? Oh, shit, I never heard of that term. That's because these motherfuckers never actually played basketball. So they're just telling you some dumb shit, and you don't know about it, so you're just listening to it. I've literally showed you why you don't need to go to an options trader's course. If you go to an options trader or a Forex person's course now, you just want to get dipped. At least if you've come over here. CMEgroup.com is one. CMEgroup.com. Oh, hold on. Right? So you go to CMEgroup.com. Go there yourself. Check it out. Right? But we're going to stop falling for the okie doke with a lot of this booty chatter. Right? It's real simple to just get into life insurance. Why? Because life insurance can tend to be an asset. And again, what we have is we have people who are running around telling you buy term, only buy term, only buy term, or only buy whole life. And you, the consumer, are likely going to go with the person that says only buy term because it's cheaper. Or so you think. Right? But I just did a show last night where I had a client, he had a 20-year term that he bought in the year 2000. It's 2023. If your 20-year term is for 20 years and it's the year 2023 and you bought the policy in the year 2000 when your daughter was a year old. Now, yes, your daughter is 24 years old. But I'm sure, God forbid, something happened to you, still want to leave money to her. And your other daughter is 19. But if you die today, you're leaving your daughter zero. Meanwhile, when we were having this conversation, I'm good. I got life insurance. You have a $360,000 death benefit, yet you have $500,000 worth of debt in just a mortgage, sir. I'm not going to say the client's name, but this is the bullshit that you people put me through and put yourself through. I had a client the other day, 70-year-old woman. She called me. She says she's coming into some money. She says she wants to put something away where she gets dividends every day. I showed her a SPIA, a single premium immediate annuity, where you put $25,000 away. The next month, you get $125 a month until the day you die. She calls, that seems like a lot of money. Okay, bitch, you're not worth $125. Get the fuck out of my face. You don't, $25,000 is a lot of money for you to spend on you. But see, when I say it like that, it sounds mean and retarded. I wanted to say, bitch, are you retarded? Well, what do you mean? $25,000 is a lot of money to spend. So you don't think you're worth spending $25,000 on yourself? Well, fuck you. Excuse me, fuck you. Because you're saying fuck you to yourself. Why? Because you're trained to think that the transaction of $25,000 does me some benefit. I don't even make $2,000 off of that, miss. So it's not worth the paperwork for me. What paperwork for a lot of people is to dupe your stupid ass into doing shit like this. I think I'm trading options. I'm going to take your course. Right here, cmegroup.com. You can learn about this shit for free $99. At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor, Alonzo Hall, just wiping and tapping on your head with an ADH wealth solution. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional. The links are in the description of this video. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. And we're going to end it off here just to piss off a lot of those manosphere men We're gonna end it off with their favorite song, that's Sukihana and Sexy Red Hood Rats, because a lot of you black men out there are complaining about these hood rats, but just as fast as the dude who got down with Simone Biles got down with her, all it takes is a hood rat to whisper at you fellas and you would be over there real quick. It said that all it takes for a guy to turn red pill to blue pill is a BJ. All right, that's about as much of that as I could take. White bash, y'all. Salute.